So the question says that using theorem 6.1. Okay, here in our exercise it is given like that. However, if same question will be given in the exam, this 6.1 and all will not be mentioned over there. Basically 6.1, let me help you reminding that 6.1 was nothing but just the basic proportionality theorem, that if in a triangle a line is there which is parallel to one of the side of the triangle, that line intersecting the another two sides will divide the other two sides in the same ratio. Basic proportionality theorem. Okay, that was 6.1, and converse of basic proportionality theorem, that was 6.2. Okay, so yeah, here it says 6.1, prove that. That means it's asking us to use the basic proportionality theorem to prove what? To prove that a line drawn through the midpoint of one side of a triangle parallel to another side bisect the third side. Okay, using this theorem we are supposed to prove that a line, if we are having a triangle, okay, it says that a line drawn through the midpoint of one side of a triangle parallel to the another side. Okay, if we are drawing a line, suppose this is a triangle ABC. Okay, and if we are drawing a line which is through the midpoint of one of the side, okay, through the midpoint, suppose AB is having the midpoint, let's say E. Okay, so if through the midpoint E, if we are drawing a line EF which is parallel to the another side, okay, through the midpoint we are drawing through E, that is midpoint, through E we are drawing this line which is parallel to the other side, then what we have to prove? We have to prove that another side is also getting bisected. Okay, that means, just a second, yeah, now you will be able to say it properly. It says that prove that a line drawn through the midpoint of one side of a triangle parallel to another side bisect the third side. Okay, if we are having a triangle, in that triangle if a line is passing through midpoint of one of the side, okay, not necessarily the side AB, you can also take it like midpoint. Suppose again suppose we are having triangle PQR. Okay, midpoint of PR, we know there is a point, that is the midpoint of PR, that is M. If a line is going through M, okay, and is parallel, okay, this MN is the midpoint, this M is the midpoint, we know that, here we know that M is midpoint of PR. We also know that MN is parallel to QR. Then what we have to prove? We have to show that, we have to prove that this N is the midpoint of PQ. Okay, N is midpoint of PQ. Is it getting clear what is given, what we are finding? If a line passing through the midpoint of one of the side, okay, if a line passing through the midpoint of one side parallel to another side, then that line, okay, that line, this MN will bisect the other side also. Okay, it will bisect, it will cut in two equal part the other side also. Am I making sense what exactly is given in this theorem and what we have to prove? Yes or no?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So if a line passing through the midpoint parallel to one of the side, we have to show that that line is bisecting the other two sides. Okay. So let's prove it by using basic proportionality theorem. If it is parallel, okay, in question we understand. In question it is given that E is the midpoint of AB. It is also given that EF is parallel to BC. Okay. It is also given that this EF is, let me write it. It is given that E is the midpoint of AB. I said to you, you can also start assuming from F. That is, F is the midpoint of AC. Okay, you can start your assumption from here, but I'm taking E. Okay, E is the midpoint of AB, and EF is parallel to BC. This much is given. What we have to show? We have to show that AF and FC, these two are equal in length. Okay, we have to prove that this line EF is bisecting the other side also. That means AF and FC, these two are equal in length. Okay, so what we can say, if it is given that, that E is midpoint of AB, then can we say that AE by BE is equals to 1, or AE, which implies that AE is equals to BE? Can we say yes or no? If E is the midpoint, can we say that AE and BE will be equal? Of course we can say, right? Right? If E is the midpoint, we can say that AE and BE will be equal. Yes or no?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, and if EF is parallel to BC, then by by basic proportionality theorem, can we write that AE by BE equals to AF by FC? Of course, we can write. If parallel is given, then the ratio must be equal by basic proportionality theorem. Okay. Now we have already written here that, let's call it equation 1. AE is equals to BE. This AE and BE are nothing but same. Okay. AE is equals to BE. So let's write it. AE and BE is also AE. Both are same. Okay. That means 1 is to 1 will be getting from here. 1 by 1 will be getting from here. And whatever we wanted to show, we are done with that. Can you see it, everyone? It's that simple. Yes or no?
Yes, ma'am.
Is it clear to everyone? Okay, Aisha, you joined just now.
Yes.
We are doing this theorem, Aisha, which is very simple. Okay, it says that prove that a line drawn through the midpoint. Okay, a line drawn through the midpoint of one side of a triangle and parallel to the another side bisect the third side. If you are having a triangle and if you are drawing a line through the midpoint of one of the side, if you are drawing the line, okay, through the midpoint, if you are drawing a line, and that line, if it is parallel to another side, if this line and this line, arrow means parallel. Okay, in maths usually arrow means parallel, and this line, if I am drawing a figure and I'm saying this, that means I'm trying to show that these two lengths are equal. And if I will show one arrow, that means I want to say that this side and that side are parallel. Okay, arrow means parallel. Usually this is the symbol, and one line or two line, that means equal. So if a line, which is just starting from the midpoint, okay, of one of the side, passing through the midpoint of one of the side and parallel to the another side, then this line must bisect the third side. This is the third side we have. Are you getting it, Aisha and everyone? This line we have to show that this is bisecting the third side. What is given and what we have to find. Is it clear, Aisha?
Yes.
Okay. If a line passing through the midpoint of one of the side parallel to another side bisect the third side, that's what we have to show. Okay. So what we did, we said that it is given that A is the midpoint of AB. That means AE and BE are equal. Equation 1 we have given. It is also given EF is parallel to BC. We have written over here. And what we have to prove? We have to prove that the third side is getting bisected. That means AF and FC are equal. That's what we have to show. Okay. Now what we said that since EF is parallel to BC, then by basic proportionality theorem we can write AE by B is equals to AF by FC. Yes or no?
Yes.
Okay. Now here we are saying that but AE and BE are same. Okay, in this ratio on the left side AE by BE is there, but AE and BE both are same according to our equation number 1. Okay. So we are using that condition and we are writing AE by AE and it became just 1 by 1. And from there we are getting AF is equals to FC. It's that simple. Everyone is getting it. This is the midpoint theorem you have learned in the previous class. Are you understanding
And can
how
you
easily
spell
we?
up?
Yes. Everyone is getting it. Yes or no? Ayan, Albina, Abdul, Ifra,
Yes,
Aisha.
ma'am.
Are you getting it?
Yes, ma'am.
Please note it down. I will scroll.
I'm done.
Okay. Next one is also like that, which is very simple. I'm giving it to you. You think about it. Okay. Next question. Prove that the line joining the midpoints of two sides of a triangle is parallel parallel to the third side. Okay, let's do it. We have to prove that line joining the midpoint of any two sides. Okay. Suppose again we are having a triangle ABC or PQ or whatever you take. If a line joining the midpoint of, suppose you are taking the midpoint of AB and you are taking the midpoint of AC. Okay. Line joining the two midpoint. You have to show that EF is parallel to BC. You can use basic proportionality theorem or maybe you can use converse of basic proportionality theorem. Please use it and tell me, are you able to prove that EF is parallel to BC? We have to prove over here EF is parallel to BC. What is given over here? This AE and BE are equal because E is the midpoint and F is also the midpoint. Please do it now. It is very simple. you getting it? Yes or no?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Yes. Can you please tell me the steps I am? E is the midpoint. We know that E is the midpoint. So A is equals to B. That means A by B is equals to 1. Yes or no? Similarly, since F here will be right, since A is the midpoint. Similarly, F is also the midpoint. So AF over FC, that is 1. 1 by 1 you can write. One by one you can write, one you can write, it's the same thing. That means we can do the comparison, both are 1. So we can do the comparison. We can say that A by B is equals to AF by FC. If these two ratios are same, then by converse of midpoint, converse of basic proportionality theorem, we can say that lines will be parallel. Yes or no? Getting it, everyone?
Yes.
Let's do the next one. ABCD is a trapezium. Figure is not given, okay? In which AB is parallel to BC and its diagonal intersect each other at the point 2, so that AO by BO is equals to CO by DO. Let's draw the figure. Here it says that ABCD is a trapezium. Let's draw a trapezium. We know in a trapezium there is a pair of parallel sides. Okay, those are called the bases of the trapezium, and the pair which is not parallel with each other, those are called the legs of the trapezium. Okay, so ABCD is a trapezium in which AB is parallel to CD. So A, B, C. We can clearly see in the figure as well that AB, yeah, it looks like parallel to C. These two sides are called bases of the trapezium, and AD and BC are called the legs of the trapezium, which is not parallel with each other. Okay. Now to CD, it is given over here. What else? And its diagonal intersect each other at a point. Diagonal intersect each other at a point O. We have to show that AO, you can see AO over BO is equals to CO over D. And we know only two theorems over here. Basic proportionality, converse of basic proportionality. Now, by using any of the theorem from here, is it possible to show AO by BO is equals to CO by DO? So, for proving this one construction we need to do over at first. Okay, what what we'll do? A construction is required which will support, which will help us to prove whatever we want to prove. What we will do? We will draw a line like this. E F. Let's say that EF is parallel to AB. Okay. And AB is, see clearly, it is written over here that AB is parallel to CD. Then we can say that AB, CD, EF all are parallel with each other. Yes or no? Can we say that? Can we say that?
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
Okay, we have drawn a random line EF passing through O. Okay, drawn EF through O such that EF is parallel to AB. That means EF. Therefore, here only I am writing. Therefore, EF, AB, CD, all are just parallel with each other. Okay. Now let's focus on what we need to say AO by BO. Okay. In this AO by BO, like exactly like this, it will be really difficult to find. But if we will do the customization in the proof, and if we will see the same thing as a AO by CO is equals to BO by DO, क्या हम जो हमें प्रूफ करना है उसे ऐसे लिख सकते हैं, हाँ या ना? जो हमें प्रूफ करना है क्या
Yes.
हम उसे ऐसे भी लिख सकते हैं? यस और नो? यस और नो?
Yes.
मैंने कुछ नहीं किया, ये जो सीओ है हमने लेफ्ट हैंड साइड में ट्रांसफर कर लिया, यहाँ ये न्यूमरेटर में, अदर साइड में ये डेनोमिनेटर में जाएगा, और जो लेफ्ट हैंड साइड का बीओ है वो हमने राइट हैंड साइड में शिफ्ट कर दिया। क्या हम ऐसा कर सकते हैं? ऑफ कोर्स कर सकते हैं। ओके, हमने कुछ भी चेंज नहीं किया। तो जो हमें प्रूव करना है, इट्स ओके, विल बी प्रूविंग इट, बट हम उसे अगर ऐसे देखेंगे तो ये ज्यादा सेंस क्रिएट करेगा। क्यों? क्योंकि अब हमें दिख रहा है एओ बाई सीओ, ध्यान से देखो, अब हमें दिख रहा है एओ बाई सीओ, मतलब कि this we can focus on this diagram. Okay, and do by do we can focus on the other diagram. Okay, so AO by CO, अभी अभी हमने जो कंस्ट्रक्शन किया है, that is EF is parallel to AB, and then we realize that EF, AB, CD all are parallel with each other. Can we take this triangle over here? क्या हम ये ट्राइंगल ले सकते हैं जिसमें EO parallel to CD होगा? Now don't get confused. EF parallel to CD है तो EO भी parallel to CD होगा ही होगा. Okay? Why? Because अगर हमारा ये दोनों लाइन आपस में पैरेलल है, ओके, ये दोनों लाइन आपस में पैरेलल है, ओके, लेट मी ड्रॉ इट बिगर फ्रॉम हियर आल्सो. ये दोनों लाइन अगर आपस में पैरेलल है, इस लाइन का अगर नेम मैं लिखूं पी क्यू, आपस में पैरेलल है, तो अगर मैं फर्स्ट वाले लाइन को छोटा भी कर दूं, दोनों तरफ से कट कर दूं, तो भी ये पैरेलल ही होगा, स्टिल बोथ आर पैरेलल. ओके, दो लाइन अगर आपस में पैरेलल है तो उन्हें हम अगर कट भी करके स्मॉल लाइन बना दे, टिनी टाइनी लाइन बना दे, स्टिल वो पैरेलल होगा दूसरे लाइन के साथ, और हम फर्स्ट वाले लाइन और मे बी सेकेंड लाइन को स्ट्रेच कर दे, स्टिल वो दोनों आपस में पैरेलल होंगे. एम आई मेकिंग सेंस? आर यू गेटिंग इट? Are you getting it, everyone?
Yes.
Okay. So if you are getting it, then I'm going to say that since EF is parallel to CD, so EO will also be parallel to CD. Yes or no? Okay. Since EF is parallel to CD, so the smaller portion of EF, that is EO, will also be parallel to CD. In triangle ADC, ध्यान से देखो, ट्रायंगल एडीसी में क्या पैरेलल है? एक लाइन है, रैंडम लाइन ईओ, वो किसके पैरेलल है? सीडी के पैरेलल है, वन ऑफ द साइड के. तो क्या हम बेसिक प्रोपोर्शनैलिटी थ्योरम यूज कर सकते हैं यहाँ पे, हाँ या ना?
Yes.
ओके, हम लिखेंगे AE ओवर ED किसके इक्वल होगा? Who will say?
AO by AC.
AO by OC और AC.
OC.
ओके, दिस इज इक्वेशन नंबर 1. अब हमारा प्रूफ का एक एक साइड हमने क्रिएट कर लिया, AOOC हमने ला दिया, देखो ध्यान से देखो, AOOC हमने राइट हैंड साइड में कैसे भी करके ला रखा है. अब write the other one, other side BOOD, that also we need to create, okay, so that at last we can do the comparison of equations and all. So BOOD, okay, this, that means if we will be taking this triangle, will it help? Let's check, will it help or not. Again EO is parallel to AB, okay, EO is parallel to AB, एक रैंडम लाइन है जो कि वन ऑफ द साइड के पैरेलल है. अगेन हम बेसिक प्रोपोर्शनैलिटी थ्योरम यूज कर सकते हैं. ओके, सो इन ट्रायंगल, नाउ इन ट्रायंगल ADB, directly we'll be writing EO is parallel to AB. That means what will be the ratio? Who will say? हमारा रेशियो क्या होगा? अगर EO AB के पैरेलल है तो क्या रेशियो क्रिएट होगा? यहाँ पे साइड्स विल बी इन प्रोपोर्शन. विच साइड्स?
DE by EA,
इज इक्वल्स टू
DO by OB.
परफेक्ट, परफेक्ट. DE, सी, DE by EA is equals to DO by OB. ओके, हमारा यहाँ पे क्या है? OB by DO है, तो हम ऐसे भी तो लिख ही सकते हैं, सेम सेम चीज हम ऐसे भी लिख सकते हैं, AE by DE is equals to BO by OD. We can write it like this, right? Let's write it. अगर हमने वैसे लिख लिया होता तो क्या होता? कुछ भी नहीं, बस हमें रेसिप्रोकल करना होता नेक्स्ट स्टेप में दोनों साइड्स को. ओके, अगर x by y is equals to 1 by 2 है तो हम बोल ही सकते हैं कि y by x is equals to 2 by 1 होगा. Okay, we are not doing any drastic change over here, just we are doing the reciprocal of both the side and it is allowed. Okay, तो अगर हमने जैसे अल्वीना बोला वैसे लिख लिया होता तो भी कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता है, नेक्स्ट स्टेप में हमने रेसिप्रोकल कर लिया होता. एम आई मेकिंग सेंस टू ऑल ऑफ यू?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, then AE over ED, I am writing it directly. AE over ED is equals to, see, AE over ED is there already in the equation number 1 also. That's also I am keeping in mind. That's why I am writing it this way. Okay, BO over OB. अब ध्यान से देखो, इक्वेशन 1 एंड 2 जो हमें प्रूव करना है वो ऑलरेडी हमें मिल चुका है, आया ना? फ्रॉम 1 and 2 कैन वी राइट AO by OC is equals to BO by OB. Okay, now this is what we have arranged the proof part. Actual proof is AO by BO, CO by DO. So let's do it. Let's do it. We can write it as a AO by BO is equals to CO by DO. We can write it. Okay, DO, OD, whatever. Hence proved. Is it clear? Is it clear to everyone? कैसे सॉल्व किया हमने? Is it clear? सबसे पहले कंस्ट्रक्शन हमने किया. ओके, जब हमने जो हमें प्रूफ करना है, whatever we wanted to prove, if once we focused on that, we realized that AO, BO, CO, DO, how we can do that? Congruency or what? So we were not getting. Then we realized we can write it as a AO by CO. Okay, BO by D. Then it clicked that yeah, we can do. Okay, the construction EF we have done. This type of construction you have done in your previous class also, in class 9. Okay, we have just drawn a line which is parallel to AB. That means AB, EF, CD all are parallel with each other, and then we have just used basic proportionality theorem based on the observation which we can see that what we have to prove. Accordingly, we have taken the triangle and accordingly we have applied the basic proportionality theorem. We ended up getting the proof. Is it crystal clear to all of you? Have you noted it down?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, let's do the next one. Just a moment. The last question we are going to discuss over. Okay, you will be able to do this one if you will think like exactly whatever we did just now, exactly same thing we are going to do in the next one also. So you will be able to do this one by yourself as well. However, I am taking it. The question says that the diagonals of a quadrilateral ABCD intersect each other at the point 2. Yes, Abdul, you are also there, right? Abdul,
Yes.
such that I completely forgot that you are present. Are you understanding?
Yes.
Okay, whatever we have discussed so far, is it clear?
Yes.
Okay. We have to show that ABCD is a trapezium. Again, the figure is not given. It is just the converse of the previous theorem. Here it says that the diagonal of a quadrilateral we are having ABCD. Okay, we don't know the specific name of this quadrilateral. It's just a quadrilateral. A four-sided polygon is called quadrilateral. Okay, intersect each other at a point O. The diagonal of this quadrilateral intersect each other at a point O, such that AO by, again it is given like that. Can you see AO by BO square by 2? So that ABCD is a trapezium. Previously it was given that since it is a trapezium, then prove this one. Now it is given and this is given and prove it's a trapezium. Are you getting it? It is just the converse of the previous theorem. Yes or no? So if it is a converse of the previous theorem, then we will be using the logic, the same logic. Okay, again we will be drawing a line EF. Again we will be drawing a line EF. Construction we will. EF, EF. Okay, just a second. Let me think which sides parallel it will help. Just a moment. We'll be saying that EF is parallel to CD. Then we can take A by ED is equals to OB over OD. But from here the given part, we can write that OB by OD is nothing but AO by CO. That means we can do the comparison. Just a moment, no? Please don't get confused. I'm explaining. Yeah, let's do it. We will be doing it exactly the reverse way. Okay, let me explain you how you have to proceed over. ध्यान से देखो कैसे हम यहाँ पे प्रूव करेंगे कि ये जो हमारा क्वाड्रिलेटरल है ये ट्रेपेजियम है. ओके, सो आई एम ड्राइंग द बिगर क्वाड्रिलेटरल. हमारे पास एक जस्ट एक क्वाड्रिलेटरल है. ओके, क्वाड्रिलेटरल का मतलब होता है कि जस्ट एक फोर साइडेड पॉलीगन, उसे क्वाड्रिलेटरल कहते हैं, जिसका सम ऑफ इंटीरियर एंगल 360 डिग्री होता है. बस इतना ही हमें बताया होता है क्वाड्रिलेटरल के बारे में. ओके, तो ABCD क्या है हमारे पास? एक क्वाड्रिलेटरल जिसके डायगोनल को अगर हम ज्वाइन कर रहे हैं, दोनों डायगोनल एक दूसरे को पॉइंट O पे इंटरसेक्ट कर रहे हैं. दैट्स व्हाट इज गिवन इन द थ्योरम. ओके, what we have to, along with that it is also given that AO by BO, it is also given. हमें यहाँ पे ये भी provided है, ये भी given है that AO by BO is equals to CO by DO. okay, ये भी ऑलरेडी गिवन है. क्या हमें प्रूफ करना है? ABCD एक ट्रेपेजियम. अगर हम कैसे भी करके ये प्रूफ कर पाए कि AB और CD आपस में पैरेलल है. In this quadrilateral, there is a side AB and another side CD. Both are parallel with each other. Then we can say this quadrilateral is a trapezium. Getting it? If any way we can prove that AB is parallel to CD, then we can say it's a quadrilateral. It's a trapezium. Am I making sense? Yes or no?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so our focus is to prove that there is a pair of parallel side. In this quadrilateral, we are having a pair of parallel side, and hence we are going to say that it is a trapezium. Here also we will be doing the construction. Okay, you can construct EF parallel to CD or maybe EF parallel to AB. Okay, anything will work. So I am going to construct a line EF parallel to CD. Okay, I am going to write in the construction that we constructed EF parallel to CD. Now this will help us. Okay, we will be taking a triangle. Since CD I have mentioned, so obviously carefully I will be taking this triangle. You can see that I will be taking this triangle because I said that EF is parallel to CD. Okay, if EF is parallel to CD, then EO will be also parallel. Therefore, EO will also be parallel to CD. Then in triangle, which triangle? ADC, can we write by basic proportionality theorem? Can we write AE by ED is equals to AO by OC? Can we write that? Yes or no? Yes or no? Can we
Yes.
write
Yes,
AE
ma'am.
by ED is equals to AO by OC. ध्यान से देखो, बेसिक प्रोपोर्शनैलिटी थ्योरम हमने यूज किया क्योंकि एक साइड के पैरेलल है ये. ओके, now let's call the given one as a equation 1, and whatever we found according to our construction, let's call it equation number 2. Can you see that AO by OC is nothing? We can make it. Okay, rather than calling this one as a equation number 1, let me make it. Okay, we can write it as AO by CO is equals to BO by D. We will be calling this one as a equation number 1. Now you can see AO by CO over here, AO by CO in the obtained part. Can you see that? Can we do the comparison of these two equations? Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, we can do the comparison. Let's do the comparison. By comparing 1 and 2, we can say that we are having BO by DO is equal to A by ED. Okay, by 1 and 2, we can say that A by ED is nothing but BO by DO. चलो फिगर में देखते हैं. ये जो हमें रेशियो मिला, ये फिगर में एक बार ध्यान से देख लेते हैं. AE by ED BO DO. Okay, AE by ED BO by DO. Let me take another color. AE by ED, okay, and BO by DO. क्या हमें कुछ एक ट्रायंगल दिख रहा है यहाँ पे, है ना? अगर इस ट्रायंगल में, अगर ट्रायंगल ADB में ऑलरेडी एक रेशियो जो हमें मिला है AE by ED is equals to BO by D, अगर ये रेशियो आपस में इक्वल है तो क्या हम कह सकते हैं कि ये जो लाइन है EO, it must be parallel to AB by converse of basic proportionality theorem. Can we say that? Yes or no?
Yes.
Can we say that?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, EO will be parallel to AB. That means हम कह सकते हैं कि EF will be parallel to AB. But EF तो CD के पैरेलल था, वैसे ही हमने कंस्ट्रक्शन करा था. इसका मतलब है ए बी सी डी ई एफ सारे ही आपस में पैरेलल है, और सिंस इस क्वाड्रिलेटरल में ए बी और सी डी आपस में पैरेलल है तो ये ट्रेपेजियम होगा. इज इट क्रिस्टल क्लियर टू एवरीवन? इज इट क्रिस्टल क्लियर? यस और नो? अगर हमें एक ही कंस्ट्रक्शन करना है, ओके, एक ही कंस्ट्रक्शन करना है, एक लाइन EF हमें ड्रॉ करना है. अगेन मैं कहती हूँ EF व्हेन यू आर ड्राइंग इट यू कैन टेक इट पैरेलल टू AB और पैरेलल टू CD. किसी भी लाइन के पैरेलल हम लेके स्टार्ट करेंगे, एट द एंड हम प्रूफ कर पाएंगे कि ये एक ट्रेपेजियम है. ओके, जैसे ही हमने पैरेलल लिया, ध्यान से हम बेसिक प्रोपोर्शनैलिटी थ्योरम यूज कर लेंगे और फिर ऑब्जर्व करेंगे व्हाटएवर इज गिवन. Okay, the given part and the basic proportionality theorem here you have used. You will be doing the comparison of both. Just a second.